My parents tried to give my inheritance to my sister like it was theirs to hand out. They told me to do the right thing and sign it over. 6 months later, my grandma dropped the twist they never expected. Grandpa booby-trapped his will for anyone who played games. I was a 8-year-old guy, and favoritism was basically our family tradition. When my sister, I'll call her Lena, turned 2, my parents threw her a birthday with a petting zoo and a bounce house. When I turned 5 that same year, I got a store cake and a quick dinner. That set the tone. At 10, I saved allowance for months to buy a bike. Lena saw it, threw a fit, and my parents didn't teach her patience. They drove out that afternoon and bought her a nicer one. In 4th grade, I had the lead in a school play. I watched the crowd from backstage while my parents showed up an hour late because Lena didn't feel good. I kept chasing approval like it was a job. Straight A's, clubs, scholarships. The day I told my dad I'd been picked for a summer program at Harvard, he grunted and changed the subject to Lena's dance recital. When my flight day conflicted with her performance, they skipped my airport ride to clap for her instead. I got a friend's parents to take me. Then my grandfather on my dad's side died and the will got read. He'd built a business from nothing, and he split his estate evenly among his kids and grandkids. My share was around $500,000. For once, I felt like I could breathe. After the reading, my parents cornered me. "It's not fair you got the same as Lena," my dad said. "She needs it more." Lena still lived in their basement, worked part-time, and let them manage her life. My mom added, "If you loved this family, you'd help your sister." I told them, Grandpa decided. End of story. My dad started listing every sacrifice they'd made for me. Braces, school supplies, letting me live at home during college. He didn't mention the car they bought Lena or the fact they still paid her bills. When I refused, he went ice cold and said, "I'm the executor. I'll interpret what your grandfather really wanted." Then he said it. He'd give my entire portion to Lena. I tried talking to Lena alone. She wouldn't meet my eyes. "Mom and Dad know best," she said, like a trained line. So I called my grandma, Grandpa's widow, because I was done being bullied. She didn't just get mad, she got precise. She told me my parents had tried years ago to pressure Grandpa into leaving everything to Lena, and he shut them down. Then she sent me the will clause, he added afterward. Anyone who challenged the equal split would lose their share. He knew exactly who would try. Grandma called the attorney. She called my aunts and uncles. My dad's scheme died fast. He got removed as executor, and the estate moved forward exactly the way Grandpa wrote it. My parents blamed me anyway, saying I should have kept it in the family. Like fraud is a cute family hobby. My dad even said I wasn't welcome in their house if I took the money. A month later, my aunt hosted a get-together. My parents showed up uninvited. Then my dad started yelling. Next, my mom joined in, loud and shaking. After that, she hurled an old photo album at my feet. It hit the floor and burst open. Then pages spilled out like evidence. Finally, my dad pointed at me and said I stole from Lena. Relatives pushed them out the door, but the smear campaign kept going. They told people I'd manipulated Grandpa. Grandma shut that down with receipts, and most of the family saw through it. She even told them Grandpa kept a scrapbook of my awards. I'd never seen my parents look that small. A few cousins still said I should have handed the money over for peace. Funny how peace always comes out of my pocket. The part I didn't expect was Lena changing. She came to me weeks later and apologized for not speaking up. She admitted she'd been raised to depend on them and chase their praise. Then she used her inheritance to enroll in community college, and our relationship finally felt real for the first time. My mom started therapy and has tried to rebuild something, slowly. My dad refuses to admit anything and barely speaks to either of us now. I paid off my loans, made a plan, and stopped asking permission to exist. The anxiety came back for a bit, but this time I didn't pretend it was normal. So yes, I kept my inheritance. I kept what my grandfather chose to leave me. And if that makes me the villain in my parents' story, fine. I'm done auditioning for their approval. What would you have done, kept it, or handed it over for peace? Drop your take in the comments.